broadcast live.
Yo, we out here with Jimmy Wiz, you know.
Yes, sir.
What it is.
I'm blessed, God.
Jimmy Wiz.
Oh, you rhyming it.
Yeah, you know, because you know you get the biz, because you influence I is, you know who I is, like little Bow Wow, who's now just Bow Wow.
Looking like a dog, a little chow chow.
Chow chow, and you know, hang out with Chinese people with Mrs. Chow Chow, wow wow. Yo, Jimmy.
King.
Great to see you, man. First, let's get into the tape, man. Can you tell me about the tape? You know, album. You know, I just say tape because I'm like, I'm old. We used to listen to tapes.
Yeah, old school.
Tell me the album, man. Name an album and why you kind of put it together this way.
So the album obviously is titled According To Jim. And the reason why I actually named it like that and why I structured as it is because it's all about me and everything I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally a personal album. It's, if you dive into it, there's so many jewels where you kind of figure out, you never knew me because back then when I started putting music together, it was just all about the raps. I wanted to get the skills out. But then now putting a body of work together is more like, how do I get people to know me off of like a full body of work? Because everybody's been saying, when you dropping a body of work? But I wanted this time for like people to say, okay, it's his first album. I finally know this guy. I know who he is, you know? And the whole thing behind it also was, I feel like a lot of international cats, for example, whoever you name, we kind of know their life stories, bro. Whether it's Jigga, whether it's Nas, you know his life story, you know who he is. You've traveled with him through time. And so now this was the introduction of Jim to the people. So I hit them with 9 tracks, all produced by SP Dub, and it was just me telling my stories, bro.
Okay, so your intro, who's that in the opening?
That's my dad. Yeah, that's my pops.
But I can tell you, all of us is here, you name it. You know, we sing when we're together, we sing when we're happy. You know, Bonto more like yes.
So your connection coming in.
Yeah, no, and they will tell you when I'm in the mood, I will wake up at 6 o'clock.
So funny enough, man, when we first did that intro, we had actually got the whole Fences with Denzel. We're talking to his son, stand up when I'm talking to you, that whole yes sir. And then because of sample clearance issues, we kind of then had to switch it up. Luckily, at the time I was shooting a little documentary with putting together everything for the album, and I had this clip that I'd shot with my pops and my moms. And then me and Dad were like, yo man, we gotta make something work. And then we sat down, we looked at the footage and we found something, and it was like, this is perfect. We sat in studio, we did all of the things, and it came out just the way it is, bro.
Your father, he was into, he's into music, or was into what type of music?
He's into jazz.
I remember, because I listened to it a while ago, and I was like, okay, so you were telling a story of how you kind of connected to the music through him. That's crazy. Now, you've got a line where you say you hit the States for a bid, and I'm not sure if I heard you properly. Now, I need to understand, you know, what you're talking about if you hit the States for a bid. Are you a convict?
No. So that line, man, is really just a reflection of truth.
I spent time in the booth, just why I graduated. I hit the States for a bid, and y'all bastards hated. Then I came back and y'all added me like you glad I made it. Chill, homie, what you smiling me for? You slept on my whole come up, now you dialing me, dog. I ain't never gave a damn how you proud of me, dog. I'm cartels and soul 3, that's why I gotta be hard.
I think in 2016 there was a time I went to US because there was this musical direct opportunity that I got, and they wanted someone, and I ended up in the US. You know, I ended up in New York, and I ended up in Miami doing this bid. And then what happened, funny enough, was you kind of see, like, when people always see you on the grams posting, you know, people are like, yo, are you performing there? Hey, yo, son, you made it, son. So that's the whole reference to the line, like, I hit the States for a bit. then y'all bastards hit it. Then I came back, then y'all added me like, you glad I made it. You get what I'm saying? So it was that whole, yo, y'all quick to see me out there, and it's like, yo, he made it, he made it. The whole time I've been here, y'all fronting on
y'all fronting. It's like,
you know,
a nigga either gotta die or go
you
overseas.
You know what I'm saying?
At least you went overseas, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? At least I ain't died, man.
Yo, on Fat Boy Chronicles, you say you chose rap. Why? And you also say you've turned too many deals to save your soul. What's your plan to get through or eventually blow, you know, without getting yourself involved in all this stuff?
Yeah, man. Look, back then when I was young, and I think around 2010, I used to chase deals, bro. I knocked down on every door. Sony, EMI, Gallo, you know, Gresham, everything, bro. At that time, I was down to get it, you know? But then I think growing into this whole thing and figuring out who I am, also learning the game and seeing the stories of what's happening, you kind of feel like, I kind of got to a point where I was like, nah, I think I can do this on my own, you know? So the whole time, man, and that's why I think it took me a while to drop the project, it was building the team. It was building everything so that even when a blow up happens, it happens and it's like everything at least was already, you know, they ain't foundation.
But independence is just all I know. I built it all from the ground, how can I let it go? I turned so many deals down trying to protect my soul. I feel like Caesar glancing down at Rome.
Because one thing I figured, man, is like, for me, signing is a no-no, bro. I'm really trying to be independent. And people confuse independence. You know, I think some people will be like, there's nothing wrong if I want to go get an administration deal with a bigger label. You know, I'm not signing to say y'all own 100% and I'm gonna just take 20. Nah, it's me saying you gotta wisen up to build the right partnerships to get you where you want to get you, but still be the boss and saying, yo, this is still my work. I'm the one that decides what we're really doing. So I'm at the point where I've kind of turned down everybody that has ever given me opportunity to say this could work for you, this could work for you. And it's only purely because of, I look at it as a businessman, bro, you know. You kind of sit down and you say, am I compromising too much of myself? You know, as much as it is the bag, when you're businessmen negotiating, bro, you want what's better for you, I want what's better for me, you know, but when you can't reach a point of compromise, it's like, okay, then I'm cool. You know, so that's me, man.
So Linda, you know, I wanted to ask myself, what do you look for a woman, in a woman, you know, right now with your career, because you seem pretty soft, you know. On
I'm a soft dude, Teddy bear.
Please, I was hoping you don't say that, but okay, teddy bear.
Teddy love, baby. Nah.
Fuck the money, what I'm feeling in my core. That's beyond the sim hunger we was willing to explore. Invalid or being stuck, they left me all behind. And you chose to stay with me, it's what I'm dealing with inside. All love till I felt it in your soul. I'm pretty much amazed cause I melted in your glow.
The story behind Linda is actually, what's dope is it is, I used myself as a vessel to tell a story of a friend of mine, a personal friend. We were literally chilling in studio and he was telling me this love stories, bro, and I was fascinated because as much as like I've kind of like always been that I'd love it, but yo man, I'm chasing this right now, you know. But it was so fascinating to see a dude so in love, and we sat down in the studio, we started penning everything, and I was asking him, so how did you guys meet? And he was telling me, okay, cool, yeah, and then what happened? And then that's how we put the joint together, you know, and that's how I put it together. Smack bagged everything, sent it to Kayla. I'm like, Kayla, I need you in studio tomorrow. She listened to it, she came through the next day. We literally put the hook down. I sent it back to the homie like, yo man, listen to this joint. He loved it and I was like, alright, cool. To finish it off, I need you to send me a voice note. So he done at the end talking about, you know, all of that love. You know, but me personally, and a woman, man, I don't know, man. I'm looking for someone that's level-headed. Somebody who's willing to understand that sometimes I'm not gonna be there. You know, I'm grinding to make this happen. And man, a really understanding person, bro.
So basically you sat with this homie and he was like, yo, you got no game Yeah. And you're like, oh, but you're a whack rapper. Oh shit.
We can put this together.
That's
all it was.
Oh, man.
Yes, all it was.
So basically, I guess like Sacrifices, which is also one of the joints in the album, this basically does talk about your lack of like affection with women because you are chasing this thing. These are the sacrifices you've taken.
Yeah.
So you go out and you go, yo niggas, I need to write a song like LL Cool J. Some shit.
And I'll call Cageism like, yo, I need that LL right now.
A bunch of lies, my heart is more than forgiving. I'm honest to my surprise. Hate me more than you love me. I conquered all of my cries. Honored every decision, it's complicated this time. Situation at home, that shit I'm working to change. Music life is my aim. Baby, she is in range. One shot. If I miss, then it's all gone. Been chasing this all my life, and I know I'm doing you wrong.
The whole album was dope for me. Is everything was a personal story except for Linda, and even then, bro, it was like you kind of realize everything you go through. You know, chasing this bag is there's no time, bro. When the time you do find to like decide, okay, cool, now this is me, I'm done. Man, you tired, man. Yeah, you know, and when all of this attention, and sometimes it's the sacrifice, bro. It's the sacrifice of saying, if you want it, sometimes you gotta sacrifice the whole love thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy though, Slick. It's crazy because I'm also sometimes double-sided about it because I understand where women come from, but that was just my point of view of saying, yo, man, this is what I speak of. And what's crazy is every time I look at also people like that relate to the song, it's everybody who's a workaholic.
Yeah,
everyone who's a workaholic.
Because even on Lost, you're going through the most with these women. You know what I mean? You know, it's like for a guy who's literally like is going, yo, you're going through the most with these women. You know, it's like I'm like, what issues is Jimmy having? The problem is that you call yourself Jimmy from the beginning. You know?
No, Lost, you know what it is, bro. It's a childhood, like high school, my first love. Yeah. That's what's crazy about it. Is like, so my pops dropped me off. I remember he dropped me off at school that day. Yeah. And I'm walking across, bro. And just as I cross, like, okay, we meet this light-skinned girl, socks, you know, skirt, jersey, blazer. I remember it like it was yesterday.
You was dressed, so that
you know? Straight A, man. We were innocent as hell. So she had a pink sticker to show like initiation when you grade 8 and everything. And I got there and I was like to all of the homies, yo, bro. So I met new homies. I was like, yo, guys, who that shorty? And they all telling me, what papa, what not? I'm like, y'all need to relax, man. I ain't interested in all of the hoopla, you know? And then I got to know, then I started macking. Yeah. I literally macked her from grade 8 until grade 11.
God damn.
I've got patience, bro, persistence. When I say I want something, I want something. Yeah. And middle of grade 11, she literally just blocked the way of Afrikaans class. We're about to walk in. We're the last two. She blocks the door. And shagalams. I shagalams, and I was like, yo, man, what? And I went in. I went like after we stopped, I looked at, I was like, what? And I went back to just make sure.
Is this the real thing? You know? You never pinched yourself. You kissed the game to see if it's real.
Can't let that opportunity slide, you know?
How could I fight for what's right without fighting my fears? I spent so many nights in studio wiping my tears. I look back at where we could have been or where we should have went. It's all gone, but we will pretend. I tell girls that I love them just to hook them in. That's when they lay with the guard. Now I'ma do them, King. With this penny for thoughts, bought so many ideas. 5 years I'm still single, y'all marrying my peers. I still think about you, you were the best of me. But I gotta call it quits, this is what's left of me.
And then we kicked for a whole year, and I remember end of grade 12, she calls me up. She's like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm around the corner. She like, come through.
Sorry, this almost sounds like the Biggie song. Like, you know, like, and my girl come with the beef. It's then the girl dies. It sounds like it's about to go there. You know, you're like, she called me, she hit up my beeper, and I literally put the weed aside just so 4-5, just so 5-0 doesn't do what they do. It sounds like you're about to get into.
Yo, it's about to get heavy. All big niggas go through this.
You know what I mean?
So she hit me, I pull up, and she like, yo, I gotta have a word with you. I'm like, wow, what's up? You look serious, man. She's like, there's no easy way for me to say this, so I'm gonna just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
I'm actually like in an arranged marriage, promised to be married to somebody else. Woo. So we can't kick it no more. Oh, Slikour, I lost my mind. I lost my mind, like literally, like that was the end of it all. That was the end of it all. And that was just me. So when I wrote the track, funny enough, I had the beat and I was bumping it and I'm driving past my school, you know, my high school. And like, that's why I'm even saying there in the joint when I'm reminiscing. Funny thing is, you know, I'm passing right by here and all I can just imagine is everything we've ever been through. And that's lost, man. That's really like my story, bro. And like, that's when like I've been broken.
Broadcast live